So people ask all the time, what's your favorite brewery? And that's not a question I can answer, right? Like, how do you say what's your favorite brewery? That's an impossible question. But if you want to ask me what my favorite brewery is in the state of Florida, I can't answer that, which is nuts, because there's a lot of really good beer in Florida. These guys are from Cigar City in Tampa Bay. This is Neil, and you're the director of product development?
Business development manager. It just means I get to do all the things that nobody else wants to do.
It sounds like it's a lot for like a business card.
Right.
And then Wayne is the brewmaster.
Correct. Yeah.
So, Cigar City, it's called that because of the rich history there in the Tampa area of making cigars, right? That was important at the outset for you guys to make sure that it was very much of Tampa Bay and of the culture and, for lack of a better word, scene there in Tampa. Can you kind of fill me in on that?
Definitely.
Also, because Tampa Bay Brewing was already taken.
So originally you were thinking Tampa Bay Brewing, but somebody...
No, just kidding, just kidding.
Right.
So
I've been there. Really good stuff.
Oh, they make great
really
stuff.
Good stuff.
Yeah. So Joey Redner's the guy that founded our company. He's our founder and our CEO. He is fifth generation Floridian, has lived his whole life in Tampa. So he really wanted to tell the story of Tampa, Florida through beer. He wanted to really talk about the history, the culture, the cuisine of Tampa, because it's really a unique spot. So late 1800s, early 1900s, Tampa was the biggest purchaser of Cuban-made tobacco in the world. There were hundreds and thousands of people hand-rolling cigars in Tampa. So it was known as the cigar capital of the world. That's where the name Cigar City comes from. So again, really the whole premise of the brewery was really to tell the story of Tampa, Florida through beer.
Now, Tampa's no stranger to breweries. Anheuser-Busch has a pretty massive facility there, right? As far as the yes or no?
It doesn't. They're Jacksonville.
Jacksonville's where they make their beer?
Correct.
So Busch Gardens is just where the roller coasters are.
So
you can drink beer there, I know that.
That was a facility. It's actually owned by Yuengling now.
Oh, no kidding.
So Yuengling makes more beer and sells more beer in Florida than they do in Pennsylvania, actually.
So Wayne, this is a question about making beer in Florida, because I've heard, and I want you to fill me in if this is nonsense or not, but I've heard that it's especially challenging to make good beer in Florida because of the water table. I've heard that by the time water gets to Florida, all the good stuff's been sapped out of it, so you're like presented with a unique challenge. Is that right or wrong?
It is challenging because we see fluctuations in mineral profiles. So we have a lab that constantly has to monitor that to make sure that we hit our salt specifications for each of our brands.
Right, so core brands, I'm thinking about High Life. Whenever I go to Tampa, I have to have a High Life. I have to have more than a few High Life, if I'm being honest with you. I'll be honest with you. It's always so consistently good. So given the challenges that you have, Wayne, that Mother Nature provides, you're able to make a product that is so consistently excellent.
Oh, thank you. Yeah, I mean, I think we've got it dialed in. We've been making it for over 10 years now. So, yeah, I mean, we have a great team and everybody is on board. Lab works really well with production and we just make it happen.
So if you're in the Tampa Bay area, are they calling it now the Brew Coast? Did I see that when I was inside the...
Gulp Coast.
The Gulp Coast.
Yeah.
The Gulp Coast. Are you guys on board with that? Or?
Oh yeah, I mean, so that's Visit St. Pete Clearwater.
Right.
So we work with them, we work with Visit Tampa Bay, and we're very fortunate in the sense that Florida, everybody goes to Florida for vacation, go visit grandma, go to Disney, and if you visited Florida for vacation, you've probably had some Cigar City beer. So we really want to help encourage people to come to Florida, not only for the sunshine and the beaches and the theme parks, but now for the craft breweries. Like you said, there's well over 200 craft breweries in the state now. So it's really become a beer destination. So that's part of the tourism angle down there in Florida, is the incredibly growing beer culture. You've got natural resources here that you have got to protect and kind of be stewards of. I know you guys have been at the forefront making sure that your beer is served when you package it, that you do cans rather than bottles. Can we talk about why that's important to you guys, doing cans? Sure.
So we can hit all these common points, and one of the primary ones is the recyclability of it, the fact that in certain situations it can get into more venues because glass has limited venues. There's also the fact that to me, it's easier to cool down than glass. So if I were to take a can and throw it to an ice cooler, it's going to cool down much faster than a bottle would. But for me, one of the primary reasons that I like cans is because of the fact that they generally have lower dissolved oxygen levels. Because with bottles, you have a crown gasket on the cap of the bottle, and that crown gasket, doesn't matter what you do, will allow oxygen ingress, and a can is metal on metal. So unless it's improperly seamed, there's less dissolved oxygen ingress into that package, and that's one of the reasons that I like it.
They're lighter to ship, more recyclable, cool the beer down more quickly, and like Wayne was saying, they keep oxygen out, they keep light out, which it's beautiful. And being in Florida, you can throw some cans in your backpack, go down to the beach. You can't do that with glass. It's a beautiful thing.
And also, I will say, some of the goes down there to visit family once or twice a year. I can put the cans in my luggage.
Yeah,
and it
bad.
travels a lot better. Now you guys are forcing me to do that right now because you're not available in Iowa as we're taping this here in Denver. But I'm told that maybe sometime in 2020, Neil, can I get you on the spot here when we'll be able to get Highlight, our local grocery store?
We're certainly hoping at some point in the next couple months. The reality is we just can't keep up with demand right now, which is a great spot to be in, but certainly we want to get as much Cigar City beer into as many people's hands and glasses as we can.
We've talked about Highlight. What the other beers that you guys are known for there at Cigar City?
One of our newest, it's newer. One of our newer brands is called Guayabera, and it's
I'm glad you said that because there's no chance I was going to get that one out.
It's one of my favorite beers that we make, and it's a Citra hop driven American pale ale. So there's a lot of like citrus to white grapefruit zest sort of characteristics, and it's lower ABV than High Life, so it's more more of a closer to being a session beer. And that generally is what I drink most of the time when I'm drinking Cigar City beers.
Well, it's a wonderful facility. When you go down to Tampa, for sure visit them because your brew house there and the beer garden is just without equal, I think.
Yeah, thank you for saying so. We're actually remodeling the tasting room right now. More seats. We're going to have a full-service restaurant starting in November of 2019. So we're going to be able to get more people in, feed them, while we're giving them plenty of beer, so it's going to be great. We're really excited about the remodel.
These are busy guys. They gotta serve a bunch of people here at the Great American Beer Festival. We appreciate the time, fellas. Keep up the great work.
Thanks for having us.
Wait,
cheers.
Cheers.
The silver to all the goodness. Gazelic Brewing Company, Newton, Iowa. The gold goes to Old Balltown Belate Bourbon Barrel Aged Salted Caramel Dark Chocolate Brownie Milk Stout. Bevo Brewery, Kalmar, Iowa.
What we're really looking forward to, besides now being on the map, that we are a known brewery in Iowa beyond just the locals. Right. But we won an award, so people are coming from Wisconsin, Minnesota to see, oh, you have an award-winning beer, let me try it. It's the brewer or the judge's notes. That's what I want to see.
Pico Brew. Am I way off? It's like a Keurig, but you make beer on your own?
Kind of similar to that. So yeah, it's calling it a Keurig is kind of oversimplifying it. We have several different products.
You're gonna find, Kevin, I tend to oversimplify things.
Okay, well that's good to know.
One of the cool things about the Great American Beer Festival is, of course, all the breweries that are here, but also craft beer adjacent industries, like Dickies over here, right? Like every brewery you go to, people were wearing these Dickie shirts, like this one. I got this one from Clock House in Cedar Rapids. So they're here promoting their wares. And there's some other very cool craft beer related stuff going on here. Great products and vendors that aren't breweries. Come with me, won't you?